Hey, Destiny.
Hi, how are you?
It's a Destiny that we're meeting right now and talking about Furious. It's a
I know
Destiny.
it. You- So, Joe, you play Naveen in the film. I
Yep.
think your character is incredibly heroic.
Yeah,
Would Joe make the same choices if you found yourself in that same situation?
definitely yes. Actually, there's a lot of
Who
connection
wouldn't?
here in Navin because I have three kids and I love them with all my heart. I would do anything for them. So playing Navin is such a strong connection because me myself in real life, I have a weak spot. For me, it's so easy. My soft spot if I see like especially with the things that happening with child trafficking, right? It's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
If you really know the truth, what's going on, and watch a lot of documentaries that I did watch a lot of documentaries about child trafficking. We're not living on Earth. We're living in hell right now. It's just insane.
I fully agree with you on that. So, what was it about the Furious that made you want to be part of this project?
One thing is Kenji, you know, because everybody wants to work with Kenji. It's
Right.
not a secret. And second is Naveen, is the role. I think they sent me a script and 10 pages, just 10 pages after, I was just like, I need to be part of this. The issue, the message of the movie, and it's Kenji. And the Navin itself, this character has a beautiful balance of action and story and
Yeah.
dramatic. So it's a gem, it's a dream role for an actor to be part of a role that has two in the same movie. Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah, no, I've said that a few times in interviewing for this film is
Yeah.
that it combines just character story and emotion with the martial arts aspect so
True.
beautifully
Thank
that
you.
you feel it. Like
Yeah.
even in those fight scenes, it feels more emotional. You feel more connected than just going, "Well, this is really badass." You're like, "This is
Yeah, yeah.
badass, and I get why they're doing it."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm so glad you noticed that and you picked that up. That's the purpose. I
Yeah,
think we don't want to just make action movie for the sake of action movie. I think and for the action movie, of course, we got to make the best action movie, but at the same time, we want to tell something.
yeah.
Yeah.
It means more when there's feelings involved.
True, true. Thank you.
Well, I mean, your martial arts background, speaking of martial arts, is it's legendary.
Thank you.
Does that continue to influence your acting choices?
Um, I gotta be honest, I'm very picky in terms of doing, especially when people offer me script, action movies. So for me, the character comes first. I gotta understand why. For me, either playing bad guy or good guy. For me, the most important thing is like why.
Yeah.
If I understand why, then it's a lot more easier for me to do it. But sometimes when people offer you action script, and then they just like it's badass, badass. And I don't really care about badass. Sometimes because it needs to mean something.
Yeah.
You're playing a character that he fights a lot, but why? And then what's the end game for this guy? What motivates him? So it needs to be clear. So for me, that's more important than big budget movie or whatever, that comes with it. And then if the director can tell me the reason, then it's halfway there.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I love that you also want to feel your character. It like like I said before, if there's no purpose, there's no feeling, then you're not
Yeah,
going to connect with that character.
just watch MMA. Why you want to watch movie?
Exactly, exactly.
It's real.
They're that they combine so many beautiful different martial arts styles in the Furious. How much influence did you have in Naveen's fighting style?
Well, I think it's quite decided that Kenji told me that I wanted to introduce more judo in your character as Naveen. Then he and his wife trained judo together when they were young, and then they have judo background. Um, so the way he fights heavily in judo style, which I'm very grateful because I'm a judo person. And then for me to be able to introduce this sport to more people, to the world,
Yeah.
and introduce how judoka fights and also how Kenji designed a choreography that has a storytelling in judo. It's not about throwing, it's about the process of, taking control, get the sleeve, get the collar, get close, and throw. It's not like judo. The judo part is not like the fanciness,
Yeah.
but I think he did a beautiful design that is a storytelling and a progress. Yeah.
It is. I love to see the different styles all combined into one film and it not be focused in one
True.
aspect like that. It was so
So
unique,
many.
so
Yeah.
unique to the
Yeah.
Furious.
Yeah.
um, I mean, so kind of going into some of your background, the raid kind of became this worldwide phenomenon that
Yeah.
introduced many international audiences to your work.
Thank you.
Did you know at the time that what that movie would mean to people today?
No, we did not. That was my first action movie. I did not know what was going
You
on.
had no idea what it would bring for you.
Yeah, well, I worked so hard for it. I trained so hard, I prepped so hard for it, and then I trusted Gareth. I watched his first movie, Marantau, back in when
Yeah,
I was still in athlete, when I was still doing athlete, and I told myself that if I wanted to do movies, doing action movies, this person, I need to work with him. So I applied myself. I text him, asked for opportunity for audience for audition, and luckily he gave it to me, and I did the audition, and I got the part. Trained so hard, worked like a dog, worked so hard, a lot of pain doing that movie, and then
oh yeah,
yeah, everything was so yeah. We shot in Indonesia, a low budget, super indie style, nothing fancy. It's just hard work every day. But with one dream that we want to do something that changed with the action world.
yeah.
And then halfway through, we kind of like, okay, we're doing something amazing because a lot of people kind of like pay attention to this one. And the red release and changed my life forever.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, and then so was it Fast and the Furious 6 marked your Hollywood debut,
Have
correct?
you? Yeah, right. You're right. You're right. It did because of the raid. I remember I was talking to Justin Lin. Justin Lin watched the raid one, and then, well, I mean, very lucky, And then he watched the raid one. He told, I think his wife, they were watching it together, and then Justin's wife told me. Justin watched the raid, and then he told me I gotta work with this guy, and I said, why? I don't know. You ask him. So he hired me because of the raid, and then we've been working together of what, like one, two, three projects together. Star Trek, Fast, and the Warrior, a TV show Warrior. And he's the executive producer in that one. So we're still friends until now. Always wanted to work together in the future. So, well, that's destiny. That's destiny.
Exactly. And look, I have to ask because we're Three Geeks podcast. So, what was it like to bring Sub Zero to life and to get to reprise that role in the upcoming film?
Whew. Well, I grew up playing Mortal Kombat. It's not a secret. I'm a gamer until now. Um, and I remember I was quite nervous because this game has been going for what, 30 years, more or less, more. And then I know it's such an iconic character, and that if I cannot screw it up, because I'm not just disappointing if I, if I may, if I screw it, and then the whole world's gonna be it's gonna be all over me, and then there's no going back after that. So I took it very seriously, I took it very seriously, and then of course, I put my own identity into that character, though my understanding of that character, but I was very careful and faithful to the lore, and then when the MK1 released, and everybody kind of like really accept my version of Sub-Zero Beyond. And until now, everybody's still kind of like believe that's a great, version of Sub-Zero behind. So I'm grateful. Cannot really say anything. I'm always enjoy knowing that. You know,
That's great. Well, to wrap us up, what would be one word you would use to describe The Furious to get people to go see it in theaters June 12th?
one word.
One word.
Oh,
I got to make it hard.
oh. Can I say two words? Okay. Ooh, awesome.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Well,
awesome.
thank you so much, Joe. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank
And
you,
again,
Destiny.
everybody go see The Furious in theaters June 12th.
Thank you.
Thank you.